Today's video is sponsored by NordVPN. Welcome back, everybody, to our Moon Knight recaps, where we review and we say, hey, we watched this episode.
So you don't have to.
Yeah, but you probably have watched this episode.
I'm informed that some people are watching it just so they can watch these recaps.
Wow,
I say
incredible.
Good for them. So welcome to Hawk Talk, folks. Now, just a point of order. Some people have mentioned that we do call this Hawk Talk.
Yes.
And we have had a number of people go, you haven't made a really heavy-handed reference to the fact that Ethan Hawke is in this. So I just wanted to say we're rebranding, James. I'm dumping this on you.
Okay.
Folks, welcome to Chattica, where we chat about everyone who was in Gattaca. We're going to start with Ethan Hawke.
Okay.
Maybe we're going to talk about his performance in the next few episodes of Moon Knight, but then we'll go on to,
Jude Law,
Uma Thurman,
Thurman.
Tony Shalhoub.
Probably Ray Fiennes.
Yeah, he sounds like a bloke who'd be in that.
think
Let's
he's
put him
in
on
it.
the docket. That's why Gore Vidal is in
Oh, yes,
Gattaca,
too,
remember?
isn't he? Yeah. Ernest Borgnine's in that movie.
Yeah, right.
Terrific.
We
Thank
got
you so much to colleagues for editing this video and hearing our Gatta crap. What are we doing?
Yeah, we're doing Chattica.
Chattica,
Anyway,
okay.
thanks, folks, for the suggestion. It's going to be all Ernest Borgnine for the next 8 weeks.
Anyways, leave a like if you could, because, we're going to go through this latest episode. Apologies for the delay. Our schedules couldn't align, so it's a little bit later than normal. Hopefully business as usual for the finale next week.
In fact, I guarantee it.
Well, he guarantees it. So we're going to talk about the journey into the afterlife. We're going to talk about...
Okay, but what about the episode of Moon Knight?
Sure, yeah. We're going to talk about a horrible childhood.
Okay, but what about the episode of Moon Knight?
We're going to talk about Mark Spector's dead mother. We're going to talk about balancing the scales.
Where's me mom?
Where's me mom?
What happened to me mom?
Tell me the truth.
I was just talking to me mom on the phone. I was doing that all the way over here. This.
He basically kicked down my door and just started with that. And then a few Easter eggs and bits and pieces. Anyways, so it turns out that they're in Putnam Medical Facility in Chicago, Illinois.
Is that a reference? Is that a reference?
No, I looked into it. It's absolutely not. But
Is
then
it a real place?
No, I don't
Okay.
think so. I did find a Dr. Putnam. You don't have to put any of that up, Collings. Don't even worry about it. But we got dreams or afterlives within afterlives, because you've got the Ethan Hawke level of the afterlife.
Yes.
And then a level below that.
Just like in the movie Gattaca.
Just like the movie.
That's what that movie's about, I think.
that's what it's about,
Yes.
yeah. And then they've got their running around a little hospital, which is actually on a boat taking them to the afterlife, being steered by a hippo.
I'm sorry, what?
I think this was quite effective because obviously we go into this as seasoned viewers of this kind of thing where it's like, oh, maybe this person's not actually a superhero. Maybe they're actually maybe they're a mental patient. What do you think about that? And we all immediately go in and go, well, obviously that's not going to be the case.
Can we not do this for a whole episode,
He's going to
please?
superhero his way out of this immediately. So I think the idea of just taking that and turning it and going, okay, well, maybe Stephen Grant is the real guy and Mark Spector is not the real guy. Maybe the revelations and going into the afterworld, maybe that's hallucination, but maybe who knows at this point, you know?
Who absolutely does know at this point. So part of the journey is they have to get to the Field of Reeds, which, let me just point out, terrible afterlife.
Yeah,
It's like that
right.
gladiator heaven.
And
Boo.
this episode seems to suggest that the afterlife you get is the one that you believe in.
Yeah.
So that's a bit unfortunate if you're like...
And they somewhat intersect,
Yeah,
because
right.
there is...
I thought there was going to be a sort of a really hedonistic heaven and it was going to be super good times for eternity. But for a second there in college, I thought about maybe dying and ending up in the Field of Reeds. So now I'm in the Field of Reeds. Great. Great.
But yeah, they mentioned the ancestral plane as well. So
From Wakanda.
From Wakanda, that's right. So all of these, I guess, would be loosely connected on some kind of spiritual level, like an interweb of Easter eggs, or say like a show that's connected to a movie, which is connected to a different movie, and so on and so forth.
That sounds freaking sick. Somebody should do that, I reckon.
Somebody should
Do you
that.
reckon you can request a transfer?
Oh, to a different one?
To a
Yeah,
different
I
one if
reckon.
you're like, this sucks actually.
There's probably a door. You open a door and you're like, whoa, how did this happen? This door took me.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know this door would take me to a different, like,
Yeah.
Like how doors work in this kind of
Sure.
situation, Yeah. Now, one of the people.
Don't go in the door. Oh, you went in the door.
There's a lot of that, isn't there?
Mom, are you behind the door, Mom?
So one of the things they have to do to get to the afterlife is balance the scales. But because they both have two white hearts made of something.
They have two strong hearts, John Farnham style.
That's right. Maybe three. We'll talk about
maybe
it.
3, yeah, okay.
They have to kind of go back through their memories. And even though Mark Spector in particular has killed multiple people, you just basically need to just be okay with that. Then you're gonna get where you need to go.
He's killed about a small classroom's worth of people, it
Yeah,
seems.
that's right, exactly.
Yeah. Now, but it's interesting that Well, I mean, I guess my question from this episode is, how are they balancing the scales exactly?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, it was
Just
like.
think about your memories a
I
bit.
think it was an inner peace and an understanding of your past and coming to terms with that.
So it's not...
Or you fall off a boat.
Maybe that's it. So it's not a case of like you did all these murders, but you actually have to sort of, my name is Earl. Atone for that sort of stuff. You just have to think about it for a bit.
Yeah, but it turns out it was just the boat thing.
And they're all bad people, right?
Exactly. But just, having one of them fall off the boat meant that balances things up.
Okay,
it's like, that's fine now. This actually makes sense. Two souls in one body. We can't do. But if you just ditch one of you.
I also love the idea that nobody heading to that afterlife who might be pitched off the boat and, dragged to, some sort of hellscape, none of them have ever thought about just punching the other spirits before. These ghosts are like, what? No, nobody, stop it. No, you're supposed to be dragged to hell. Yeah. Ow.
You're right, absolutely. So they go back through Mark's childhood and Stephen's childhood, I guess, where we discover that he's not responsible for his brother's death, but he was there. And as a result of that, his mother blames him directly for that. And that leads to a very abusive relationship.
Now, this is Mark specifically, yes.
Yes. But of course, he has a shared childhood also with Stephen, who we find out is not a real person and was simply manufactured so Mark could dodge all of this abuse. But also Stephen can't remember it also? Is that what's going on there?
Maybe there's that third guy we're talking about.
Maybe there's that third guy there. We also see him drawing a fish with one fin also, which makes me think, has been cutting the fins off fish?
That's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very odd.
Maybe he's buying a fish with no fins, adding one fin.
Yeah, maybe
he's buying an
right.
extra artisanal handcrafted fin off Etsy.
Yeah.
And he's very ethically adding it to a no-fin fish.
Yeah.
He's saving its life in a lot of ways.
So what do you think that means for like the characters going forward, knowing that one of them was made up? I mean, personalities are, we're all a collection of pop culture references. Well, we are.
Yep.
And beyond that, not much really.
Yeah.
So how do you think that's going to affect like this relationship going forward, seeing as one of them isn't as real as the other one?
Oh, that's a great question. I mean, we only have one episode to reconcile all of that, so I reckon they'll mostly gloss over it. But, I think what is interesting, though, is that Stephen has been around literally for years at this point. So I reckon there might be a little bit of back and forth in terms of like, well, Stephen, you're not real. And Stephen will be like, but what about me, Mom?
You tell me the truth about my mom.
But I think, I suspect at the end they'll come to some sort of understanding of like, well, he's been around and he has suffered just as much. So I reckon they'll find some equilibrium in there. And also I reckon maybe we'll get the third personality like right at the end.
Yeah, okay.
I reckon there might be some sort of, they might be like, well, it's okay. Well, us guys we're going to live together and that's going to be okay. And then
you look in a mirror and there's a third guy with a mustache. He goes, hello. So there was actually...
It is me, Jacques Leclerc. British cab driver.
So...
Wait, he's from the Bronx. I forgot. I'll change the accent slightly.
Perfect.
I'm from the Bronx. Sorry, Le Bronx. This is all workshopping, folks.
That's really good.
Yeah,
That's really
if
good.
Marvel wants any of this, they can pay for it.
Yeah. It's an ad time, everybody, but just relax. It's an amazing ad. I hope so. Let's make it amazing. Let's do this together. You didn't have to do anything, though. I'll do the ad. Now, are you interested in secure internet? Of course you are. Then you might very well be interested in NordVPN, where all of your internet data stays safe behind a wall of next-generation encryption. They also have a strict no-logs policy, which means they don't track, they don't collect, and they don't share your private data, because they believe it's none of their business. And also, they have VPN servers everywhere. You can choose from over 5,400 plus servers in 59 countries. Enjoy the internet with no limits and borders. And why would you even need to do this, you might be asking? Well, I know I do, because your location actually limits your access to different shows and media. You switch on NordVPN on any of the major streaming services, and suddenly you've got a whole lot of other content available for you. All of this goes beyond that though, because they've just introduced threat protection. This is something next level that a standard VPN would provide. With a flick of a switch, threat protection protects you from malicious websites, malware, trackers, and intrusive ads. Yuck! No thank you. Get out of here! And the other thing is, you don't actually have to be connected to a VPN server to use it. You can use it at any point, anytime. So I encourage you, start taking your internet safety seriously. Take control of your internet experience today with NordVPN. Right now you can get a 2-year plan at a huge discount plus 1 additional month for free when you go to nordvpn.com/Mr. Sunday Movies. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee also. Wow! That's nordvpn.com/Mr. Sunday Movies or click the link in the description below. On with the video. So there's a moment where he snaps back into the Dr. Arthur Harrow office, that weirdly Egyptian office, and he's got a bandage over his nose, and his voice sounds kind of different. And a lot of people were theorizing that that's actually Jake Lockley, you know, the one who picks up the glass thing to like stab himself.
Oh right, okay.
But it turns out the director of this episode, Mohammed Diab, he went on Twitter and he just wrote one word that was no.
Okay, great.
So, no. I thought Jake Lockley was going to be the guy staring at the window and drinking.
Sure,
But that turns out that was like the nexus point for Stephen to come back.
In a lot of ways, the fact that we know that there is a third personality in the comics is absolutely hamstringing our evaluation of these episodes.
It feels that way, doesn't it? And let me just add to that. So we get a Bushman reference by name. Now, I saw a theory as well that maybe the third personality is the Bushman.
Oh, interesting.
And a mixture of Jake Lockley and the Bushman.
Because in this episode, I think we get more or less the reveal that we were expecting, which is that while Mark Spector was around and while Layla's father and all the other soldiers were being killed, he didn't actually do it.
Yeah.
But maybe the turn will be he did do it.
But did he? Because different personalities and hearts.
Great point.
You know what I mean? If you push one off a boat, you can still go to heaven. It's
That's
fine.
true, yeah.
Don't even worry about it. I'm still a bit unclear, though, on what the Arthur Harrow role in the hospital is.
Like,
specifically.
is that actually Arthur Harrow, like, astrally projecting into this universe?
I don't
Or is it just a
think
hallucination?
It's that. I think is it another level of kind of like cope that's going on? Do you know what I
Maybe,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they said it and I missed it because I was on my phone.
I mean, that is the day. If anything, that's Marvel's fault.
That's exactly right.
Disney Plus should send a signal to your phone that switches it off. And in the future, hopefully, they will do that.
Oh my
Hopefully,
God.
they'll have enough power over the world's telecommunications networks for that. Yeah, I wonder if we're going to get to this final episode and Mark
Sit and see a big laser.
Well, we're definitely.
Where's the big laser,
We're definitely
Mason?
going to see the big laser, but I wonder if they're going to come back to reality, and Mark Spector's going to be like, "Harrow, I'm going to get you for everything you did," and he's going to be like, "I don't know what.
Yeah.
I've just been here putting Legos in my sandals." I don't know.
No, glass.
Oh.
Or as some people like to refer
No,
to
they
it
don't.
as
They don't.
frozen air,
No.
which we both know is not true.
Yeah, I know. We know it.
I'm just confirming things
All right,
that
let's
we all
call
know.
it. I can't believe I'm saying this, but let's get to the big laser. There's going to be a big laser. That's going to be a big purple. We haven't seen any big purple energy of any kind.
It's true. Well, I thought this is the perfect opportunity in an ancestral plane where you're going over the desert, where you look out in the horizon and there's a big purple laser shoots out of a pyramid.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the perfect opportunity for
Right?
something like that. But it looks like we're going to get it in the real world.
Whoa.
You know?
Yeah.
So I was as surprised as anybody that not only is glass not frozen air, but also the big purple laser won't be showing up until next week. I do wonder, though, is this really going to be a limited series? Considering that there might be another personality and considering that there's only one hour of Moon Knight left ever,
Yeah, right.
apparently.
And Oscar Isaac said he won't do any more.
Yeah.
But Marvel
But, you
stars
know,
are liars.
yeah.
They've got to be liars now.
They have to be.
They have to. When you audition for a Marvel project, you have to beat a lie detector test in the audition.
That's right, exactly. It's really, I like it. I think it's normal.
I think it's normal too. Yeah.
Cool, excellent. Shout out to cricket as well. Cricket.
Oh, the concept of cricket.
He hits for six.
Nobody says.
I don't-
Nobody says six after they hit a six. There's two guys who've hit a lot of sixes in our time.
Yeah.
I reckon.
You don't say a goddamn thing.
You don't say anything.
You just go back to your crease.
Yes, you go back to your crease and you scull a tinny. That's what you do. That's what you do in cricket.
You might doff a cap to the crowd.
That's right.
But that's maybe if you get a century.
You might say a massively offensive sledge to the bowler or the wicketkeeper or whatever, and then they compile them in a book of greatest cricket sledges, and then years later you find one in a shot and you read it and you go, wow, these are very racist
men.
and sexist, and boy, this is bad actually. Wow. Still national heroes, you know what I mean?
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to coming back next week for the finale. Please join us if you could. Thank you again to Collings for editing this. As always, these go up early as soon as we record them at bigsandwich.co. If you have any theories, please shoot them our way.
Big theories for the final episode.
Exactly.
Yes, please. Yeah.
At Mr. Sunday Movies on Twitter, at Wikipedia Brown on Twitter.
yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, we have a thing, a big sandwich, the thing I was talking about.
That's
It's
right,
not this, isn't it?
bigsandwich.co. That's right.
Where also early videos go up there. We're currently working through the Star Wars prequels, so Caravan of Garbage. The next one is going to be Episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
My goodness.
That's right.
My goodness.
There's also bonus podcast movie commentaries. And our podcast, The Weekly Planet, where we talk movies and comics and TV shows, comes out there Sunday as opposed to Monday. Thanks, everybody.
That's been Chattica, folks.
It certainly has.
See you next week for Uma Thurman talk.
No. Hang on. Let me.
You can do this. We have unlimited time here.
I'm just thinking about frozen air.
Yep,
It's broken my brain.
You did this. That's your fault.
I'm just trying to get the truth out there. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Uma
Go on.
thermostat.
Rumor Thurman. It's just rumors about
That's
Uma
way
Thurman.
better.
Yeah, there we go.
I was talking about because turning up the heat on a thermostat.
Oh, that's good too.
But
Yeah,
Uma
okay.
Thurman is
All right,
much
nice.
better.
All right, see you guys.
Thanks,
See you next
everyone.
week. Bye.
Bye.